Hey, I hope you're having an amazing day. We are going to talk about today, what the hell does it mean to get into the feeling of your desire? So many times when we're manifesting, this is a huge missing piece. And also, what I know to be true is that one, it's a missing piece. And the second thing is that it's like, what does that even mean? If this is a new concept for you, I know this can feel like super, super weird. Oh, I want this filter. Okay. There we go. Hey, Selena. So as you guys are hopping on, make sure you say hi. If you're watching the replay, comment below replay. This is also going on my podcast, Rise Within Conversation. So if you're like, I really want to re-listen to this and really like be in the vibe, this is where it goes as well. So you can listen to it while you're driving or while you're cooking or while you're cleaning or while you're doing your thing. So if you are new here, my name is Kristen Jones. I am a spiritual coach for healers and a quantum Reiki grandmaster. And it is my mission and my intention to help elevate the collective consciousness and really help healers activate their personal power, activate their healing abilities, and take their businesses to the next level. So let's dive into this. Comment below and tell me if you know what it means to step into the feeling of your desire. I am going to give you some journaling prompts today. And also, because you guys are on, I have to show you this. I put this in my stories, but you have to see this. Can you see that? So I'm in western South Dakota. We have ice fog today. That is ice on the tree. Isn't that so cool? It's so beautiful. And it's so cold out. Anyway, so this is beside the point. I cannot stop looking outside. I've been literally looking at it all day. It's so amazing. So comment below and tell me if you know what it means to embody the feeling or to get into the feeling of your desire now. So when I talked about the manifesting tips on the very first video, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, either go back to the previous podcast episode or you can go to my IGTV and click on it and watch it there as well and be in the vibe of that. And I talk about how I manifested my Jeep. I collapsed time and I manifested my dream vehicle in a very short amount of time. And these are tangible manifesting tips that you can literally apply to anything. I talked about it for my Jeep because it's one of my favorite manifestations. And also it was the anniversary-ish of the 1 year anniversary of manifesting my Jeep. So today I am going to give you some journaling prompts. So if it is safe to do so, I definitely encourage you to pull out a journal, write these down, or definitely want to come back to this. Maybe save it when it goes to my IGTV so you have it forever and you can come back to it. So what does it mean when we say getting into the feeling of your desires? I want you to think about this. What is something that you really, really, really want? Like if you could have one thing right now, doesn't matter if it sounds far-fetched, whatever the hell that means. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's monetary. It doesn't matter if it's a client. It doesn't matter if it's clarity or a spouse or maybe children or what else? It could be materialistic. I say that lightly, but like if there's something that you really desire, like I really wanted my Jeep. I am unapologetic about that. I wanted it. Maybe it's a house. What is that? So I want you to comment below and tell me. And even write it down as well. And now I want you to tell me, how would it make you feel to have that desire? Ooh, I just got like a ping in my heart. I was like, yes, because I keep talking about my Jeep and I'm like, oh, making me so excited. And actually, it's too cold to take the top off. It's even too cold to take the Freedom panels off right now, but I had the windows down quite a bit yesterday. Even if it meant sometimes I had to put my beanie on. And I was enjoying the 60-degree weather because I knew it was going to be this today. So what would it feel like if you had that thing? Would it feel exciting? Would it feel like, holy shit, I did it? Would it feel like clarity? Would it feel like ease? Would it feel like joy? Would you feel like dancing around? Like, what is that feeling? So when I say what does it mean to get into the feeling of your desires? That is exactly what I mean. If somebody would be like, hey, Selena, here is this thing that you desire, this thing that you really, really want. How do you feel? Oh, I sound like I'm on a game show now. I think I could do that. So how would it make you feel? If nobody were going to get mad at you, if it was going to be safe for you to receive it, there's no guilt, no shame. Those are low frequencies. We want to move through those and work through those. Right? And also, anxiety and excitement. So is the anxiety, so Selena says, a mixture of anxiety and excitement. I love this. So is the anxiety because of the excitement? Does it feel like anxiety, but it's actually excitement? And so my encouragement for you is, if it feels anxious, if it makes you feel anxious, so journal on this. Why does it make you feel anxious? Does it make you feel like you are not actually able to have it? Or maybe you're not actually able to keep it? Or maybe you're feeling like you're not worthy of it? Or, even that felt like, allow yourself the opportunity to work through it, because when this desire comes into us, we want to feel like, F yes, like I've got it. It is in my reality now. I have it. And let me share with you something I did not share in my first training on these manifestation tips. Is there were a few months after I manifested my Jeep where I was like, oh man, am I even going to be able to make this payment? And it really freaked me out, and I had to continue to allow myself to work through it, because I knew I could make the payment. That wasn't even the option. Like, that was like a huge fear, but it had nothing to do with the Jeep. It had everything to do with situations from my past that were trying to come up in my current reality. The past does not determine the future, but we have the opportunity to work through it, right? And to claim our truth and to claim our desires, because our desires are brought into our awareness for a reason. We get to have our desires. We get to have our desires because we say we can. We get to have our desires because they are placed in our awareness for a reason. They light us up for a reason. They bring us excitement for a reason. So when something less than that excitement, or that whatever that positive emotion, that feeling is, that is coming up, give yourself the opportunity to work through it. And again, you can go to the link in my bio and download my free journaling guide. I have my Journal to Heal method in there, and that will guide you through the entire process. And then shift. Every time that thought comes in, or every time that feeling comes in, boom, you're going to work through it. Isn't that interesting? What makes me feel like I can't have that? Why? Where is it coming from? What is my truth? And how does that truth feel? Well, the truth feels exciting, right? So that's just a quick version of it, but it's all in that Journal to Heal method for you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down what it is that you desire. And then I want you to, we're going to collapse some time. I want you to imagine the version of you that already has this thing that it is that you desire. You've already achieved that goal. So now I want you to write down how I'm already at the version of me that has achieved this. How do I think? What energy am I making decisions from? How am I mostly feeling? And how do I carry myself? So, how do I think? At the next version of me, the next level of me that already has this thing I desire, how am I thinking? What energy am I making these decisions from? How am I mostly feeling? Like, what is my most natural energy state? How does she carry herself? You could also ask things like, so I ask things like, how does she think? How does she feel? How does she make decisions? Where does she make that decision? What energy does she make the decisions from? What is she wearing? What words does she use? Just different things. And the truth is, the next version of me is not in a business suit. Whatever version of me that's making the income I desire is still wearing leggings. I'm still wearing leggings. I love leggings. But, what is she doing? Is she being more intentional about her time? Is she being more consistent with her meditations? Is she journaling more? Is she reading books to really help her? Is she investing in programs that are really exciting to her? Is she investing in coaching programs into a coach or a mastermind that feels really good for her? Is she hiring healers? Healers need healers too, period. If you are a healer and you are not investing in yourself, you're doing a disservice to your clients. We've got to get to a point where we are also taking really good care of ourselves. We need that support too. We no longer have to live in this past life version that we have to do it alone. That's it is a witch wound, and it gives us an opportunity to work through it in this life. So allow yourself to, is she supported? How is she supported? What does she do? The next version of me has a house cleaner. I have hit the one goal that I was like, I hit this goal, I'm hiring a cleaner. And my husband was like, you have to hit it again. And I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm going to hit it again, but more. Anyway, so how are you allowing yourself to be supported? What kind of self-care are you doing? Are you eating healthier? Is the next version of you eating healthier? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you allowing yourself to sit down and watch Netflix just because you are a successful entrepreneur, or just because you have that next level thing that you desire does not mean you have to go, hustle, hustle, hustle. No thanks. No thanks. So I really want you to take some time and write down all of these things that I suggested to you and get really, really clear. This is also a great time. At the time I'm sharing this with you now, for anybody watching the recording or listening to the replay, we just had a new moon. And so what a great time to manifest your desires, right? And to step into the next version of you. And here's what I also want you to think. So how is she feeling? I already talked about this, but how can you embody that version of you now? This is big and it feels really scary. Sometimes we wait until we have something that's aligned to take the next step. And the truth is, sometimes we need to take the next step before we even feel like we're, quote, ready. Like, what does ready even mean? Right? If it is showing up, if it is exciting for you, if you're like, okay, let's shift and make this work, then how can you allow yourself to have that now? For example, I know I've talked about this before, but I knew all of last year, all of 2021, I knew all year that I wanted to work with a coach. I just didn't know who, and I just didn't know exactly what I wanted. I had purchased a couple different programs, and then towards the end of the year and the fall, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. I'm done with playing at the level that I'm at. I need someone to help me get to the next level. And I ended up investing $3,600. It was $4,000 I paid up front. So it was $3,600 into myself in a mastermind, a 6-month mastermind. And it has been life-changing. I still have 2 months. I am like blown away at what has happened and the transformation. And so I want you to take a moment, go through those journal prompts, and then ask yourself, how can I embody this next level version of myself now? And then I want you to start stepping into that version of you now. Even the small steps. So what does this look like? on like a day-to-day basis. So for me, it looks like I personally get up and meditate in the morning. That's when I prefer to meditate. I like the way it sets my day up. It also gives me the opportunity to align before I am thrown in the chaos with my kids and my pets. So it's me time before the beautiful chaos sets in. And then if I have time, I journal and pull maybe some oracle cards if that feels good, if I have time. If not, then I let it be enough. So the next level version of me knows that what I'm doing each day does not have to be the same, but it gets to feel good. It gets to feel aligned. And then I ask myself, what is it that I need to do today? 1, what are the things that I need to do to move my business forward? 2, what is it that my audience needs to hear today? What do they need to hear today? What is something that they've been thinking or I'm feeling really called to share? And then I also look at like the real stuff. What are the things that I need to do in my business? And this is always a work in progress, but also like how does that next level, I think about how does the next level version of me communicate with her kids? What's her relationship like with her spouse? And look, we're human beings having a human experience. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be rainbows and sunshine, but we have this opportunity to be like, okay, I know that the next level version of myself is not going to beat myself up anymore for having a shitty day. She's not going to beat herself up because maybe she started a fight with her husband or got short with her kids. She's going to give herself the opportunity to give some grace, and she's also going to give herself the opportunity to talk through it with the children, with the spouse. She is also looking at finances from a different point of view. So I'm embodying this next level version of myself every single day in the way that I show up, in the way that I carry myself, in the way that I give, and allowing myself this opportunity to level up. What happens when we do this is that we collapse time and we are able to bring in our reality, we are able to bring in our desires into our current reality even faster. She also does not grip to the outcome. She surrenders. But surrendering doesn't mean going to a beach and sipping a pina colada, although that does sound pretty cool right about now. But she does allow herself to lead with the feminine and scale with the masculine. An ebb and flow of the energies of the feminine and the masculine. So I'm just giving you some things to just think about, to sink within and give yourself this opportunity to embody. So what does this look like for you? So if you want these journaling prompts, definitely you'll want to watch this back. I'll save it to my IGTV. It'll also be on the podcast, Rise Within Conversations. It'll go up next week. And I want you to allow yourself to dream big, to feel into what it is that you desire, what feels like a good next step for you, what feels like an even bigger vision for you, and feel the feelings as if it were already true now, and then embody that next version of you that already has the desire. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. And let me just see. Okay, I think that we don't have any other questions. Hey! Is it Eva? Am I saying that right? So my name is pronounced Kristen, but it looks like Christian. And yeah, so I always like to ask. Hey, Erica. Okay, do you have any questions about anything that I've shared about what it means to get into the feeling of your desires or embodiment? Oh, perfect. Yeah, so any questions on what it means to get into, to feel the feelings of it already being true and embodying the next version of you? Eva Ake. Ah, super cute. Eva, so cute. I know there's a little bit of a lag, so I'll wait a second before I pop off. So the question is, what is your favorite manifestation method? This is so fun. I feel like for me, it's not necessarily like one specific thing, but it's a combination of things that really bring these into my reality. So I love visualization. I am a visual person. Not everybody is really great at visualizing. So maybe feeling will work better for you. But for me, it's visualizing through meditation. So I use this in a combination of a couple different things. Visualization, journaling. So journaling out my desires. And then I journal on like, holy shit, I did it. I can't believe I did it. Maybe like, for example, as healers, you're calling in a specific amount of clients or a specific amount of money. So let's just say you're calling in 5 clients for this week. So holy shit, I did it. She signed up and she signed up and she signed up. And then someone else came in and then someone else came in. And I cannot believe how easy it was and how much fun it was and how much flow there was and how much creativity there was and how much magnetism there was. And it always gets to be this easy. And I could not even imagine how easy this was. I couldn't even have imagined, but it gets to be this easy. It always gets to be this easy. And I play with this. I play with it. So even something like a riff. So, and then embodiment. Embodiment's another way that I really love the manifestation. So that riff, that's another way. Like, just walking around, and it might sound like to your family, maybe you're a little crazy and it's fine, whatever. Let them think it's crazy until it actually happens. Like, that's what's happening. My family doesn't think I'm crazy. They're used to it. But like, it's like, might sound crazy, but when it comes into our reality, then it's like, okay, you know, you want to join the crazy train? Like, I'm your conductor, all aboard. So, and like worst case scenario, it's like, I'm having fun. Like that did that not like, what was that? 15 to 30 seconds? What a vibe raiser. Did it not raise your vibe? So it was like, yes. So yeah, that was a really great question. They're all my favorite. They're all my favorite. And I think that it varies from day to day, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on what feels aligned. So it's like having all of these little tools in your toolbox and pulling it out and be like, yes, it was so exciting. And so it's like, what feels good today? What do I feel like doing today? Do I feel like, how do I need to raise my vibration today? What do I need to do to step into the next version of me? What is it that I need? What is it that I'm feeling called to? Do I feel like doing a meditation or, whatever? Trust your intuition and allow yourself to step into that next version of you. So, any other questions? They already think I'm crazy. Yeah, you're so welcome. Okay, so I'm going to jump off, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, yay! Eva says, I am going to make a vision board now. You have inspired me. Yes, that is another great tool. Like, I already told you that I have my, I had a Jeep on my laptop background. This is not the same one. Ooh, look at you, Selena, 2222. So that's my laptop background. When I was manifesting my Jeep, I switched it between a couple different ones. And I still keep it on there because that Jeep is sexy. You're so welcome. Definitely go check out the first video as well, manifesting tips that you can apply to anything. And I think that next week I'm going to go live on the third one in this series. That is, if I think negative thoughts or if I feel negative emotions, is that going to stop my manifestations? Am I just completely derailed from there? So yeah, if you have any questions, make sure you slide into my DMs. I love to chat with you. And, yeah, I will connect with you guys next week. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.